So it's the beginning of May, and my goodness, after a few days of, well, quite a few days of rain and now some beautiful sunshine, the garden is just exploding. I mean, look at that wisteria.
And if you could just smell it, it's really, wow, it's so nice.
But we thought today we would give you a quick look at what's flowering in the garden since we were with you last time. And yeah, all the new things that have been popping up. Things are going really, really quickly.
It's going too fast. You can barely blink and then a new flower perennial is coming. And we actually want to start right here. We have some of the ones that really did a great showstopper, and some of them are finished, are our tulips. And we actually will take them down after they flower. All the kind of some of the petals, as you can see here, are just finished now, looking super sad. But what we will do, so where the petals were, we will actually run it all the way down to the first set of leaves, just like this. So you're actually going to take this off. First of all, you don't want it that it will produce seeds, and you want that bulb to suck all the energy down for next year's flower. So the art is now, because it won't look pretty later on, to leave those. We will leave the foliage, even though it's going to look, yeah, all the way until it's yellow, and then we can clip it more down. But it really be patient, and so we have to wait so it gets all the energy down to the bulb before.
Yeah, and we're quite blessed that we can leave the bulbs in the ground all year long, and then cutting them off this way. If you let it make seeds, then it's going to use energy on that, and so the bulb doesn't get as strong. And then we want to leave those leaves so they can photosynthesize. There's some high school science for you.
Fancy word.
Yeah, and we're a little bit behind on them. So as we go through the garden today, you'll probably see lots of seed heads, but I'll get on that this afternoon, if the rain will hold off.
Yeah, but we still have some, and I just love when they're like raindrops. It has rained last night. Raindrops on all the petals here. Some of them are still really pretty. So yeah, but we'll continue that. And just as Alan mentioned, there's so much just coming. So we really want to show you what's all going on. We have the dværgsyren coming here. Also really low here, but we'll have a bunch of flowers here. Not as the huge bushes of lilac you get. It's not as super scented like the other bushes, but it's compact and really cute here next to the terrace here. So it's coming just now in bloom. It's really cute next to, yeah, we have also we showed that last time, but now really the last mix here is coming up, and it's really looking pretty. We're really in love with the orange ones. And now the last color here is coming, really dark purple here. And it's just been, yeah, they have been really, really pretty. So,
speaking of orange, let's show this wallflower. So yesterday we were at one of the local planting markets that we keep talking about.
At the City Museum, super, super cute. But I had plans, but then some of the neighbors and some that I know here in town had this orange wallflower that's like a low ground cover here that will spread just like a carpet. We have one I'll show you in yellow. And ours died after a few years. And I talked to the guy where I got it. So I had plants, but I also accidentally brought some plants back to the garden. And I was like, do we have space? But the thing in the garden, there's always like a teeny tiny space. And I can just foresee how this is going to cover and be really pretty to the stones here, how it's going to cover a little bit here. It's going to look so pretty. But the ants has actually, I talked to the guy, he has experienced that ants, if they live under there, they it can kill this wallflower here. But we had it before and it's super, super pretty. I think, love the orange, really bright, and the yellow up here. The thing with the yellow, not to throw Alan under the bus, but the yellow, he pruned it too hard back last year, so we had a green carpet, but no flowers. So some of the perennials you can't prune them so hard back. But
I can press stop. I can edit this out, right?
But you won't, because I'm going to keep talking, and then you don't have a pause to.
I'll leave it in. It's drama. Drama is good. Right. Wait, hold on, Lars. While we're here, I know we have a prettier one behind me, but I don't want to go behind. Look, can you?
Oh, that
can you turn one of the flowers up?
Yeah. This is called the Golden Queen. Look at that.
Isn't she pretty?
That is so pretty. I like that one.
So cute. Nice. Oh, and this is that Annual, yeah, we had this one in, we've shown it 1,000 times here in the winter. It's supposed to die, but how many years now? 3?
I've had it 3 years. Yeah, it's actually a summer flower. And so we put it in the greenhouse, and then I don't really water it. And then there's even babies coming here that you could break off and plant next to the side, so it'll keep on coming up. And if it kind of grows more up, you can then cover it a bit more down in the ground. But that one is a super pretty one. So it's great to, like, if you have a greenhouse, or take it somewhere cool, sunroom, whatever you have, then you don't have to run out and buy those every year because it's such a pretty one. So if you have the space for that. But if you come over here, I want to show, because there's so many things flowering. One of my favorite that also really low ground cover here in the border plant, the it's called krybende læbeløs Ajuga. And this has like a dark foliage. More up in the shade, it actually gets almost all black. We have it in this really pretty one, and then we have a burgundy one, and we have a pink one, which is really pretty. And later I'm going to show you how I do. I could actually take one now just to show you. But what I do, I take one of these, if they kind of, because during a season they will cover this whole thing. So because they really have these runners that then will create roots here on the side. So what I do, instead of just, when I cut it back here, I take the first set of leaves off here, and then I just, this here, if you imagine my fingers is a pot, I will just like cover this with in a pot with soil, and then there will come roots within 4 to 6 weeks.
So where those leaves were, that's what goes in the soil?
Yeah, I would cover this. So this goes under the ground. You could also just plant it out in the garden, but what I experienced then, if I put it out, then I kind of forget about it. If it gets super dry, then it's really risky that then it kind of will die back because it doesn't get enough water. So if I have it in a pot, it's somewhere where I see, then it reminds me, okay, I need to keep it watered a little bit until it has rooted. Otherwise, it's very critical there in the beginning if you just pop it out in the garden. You can though, and I just tend to forget all about where did I put it. Okay, I'll leave it here. So
and this whole little dark corner is really starting to show up.
That is really, with the sedum here in the back. I know I mentioned before, but I love dark foliage.
Well, you can really see everything now.
Perennials. Yeah.
With that, and then with the heuchera here.
So it's really,
of course, oh sorry, but the mai tai.
Oh yeah, that's coming. Look at that. That is super pretty. And those you can also collect seeds of and just get even more of that. But over time, now it's getting a bit close to the other things. Then by time you can just, with a little spade or shovel, then divide them and plant them other places. We have them more places, so you really get that repetition of the same plant. Is really nice. You have it. So we have it throughout the whole garden. Yeah, all the other Agalai here there's like look at this blue purple one here. I'm a bit colorblind, so I would say it's blue purple.
I think blue purple, purple
okay,
blue.
Good. Yeah, but it's really pretty too. And so they are really showing, but I also love just the foliage of the Agalai. That's really pretty. And all the lyngflocks here, like there's a purple, a purple one there.
Okay, this one's pink.
A pink one, sorry, yes, pink. And then a light purple here, just like a pillow. That's really
Let me see if
nice.
I pull back, you can see them. There's the pink one there.
So kind of in a good group.
And there's the purple, and there's a pink one back there.
And if you go to the middle flower bed here, just want to show the Iberis here. It's called a snow pillow, sniphude in Danish, and it really looks like you want to put your head on it. Also really great ground cover here on the border plant. And that's just, look at that. So white, so pretty. And that was just a little plant when I got it. What a great thing here also, you can actually take one. I would take one without flower on it, and I would remove the last set of leaves here, quite a lot, with maybe 4 sets, but the last leaves here, so it uses energy on. So this one would also, you can stick it in the ground or in a pot. Also this under the ground, keep it watered, and because there's so much energy in this new growth, within, I would say this one within 4 weeks, I pop it in the greenhouse, keep it watered a little bit, not overwater, and then in 4 weeks, actually I'm going to do a few and then we can do experiment. But 4 weeks I would say, and then it's rooted and you get more of this So it's a great way to get free plants. So here in the spring, I just want to show you the difference on the path. So once a year, I actually go in, I just take like a tool here and just clean a little bit of the path here because there's some moss. Some of the perennials has been self-sowing. So I add a little top layer of sand. And I think it really lights up the path compared to, if you see here, I haven't finished yet. And this one you can really see, like, there's poppies, there's salvia, there's different things that's self-sowed, and I already taken seeds of those. So these I will remove, and also the little top layer of, there's old sand underneath. And then I'll add a new one, and it really cleans up the path. And I think, you know, if you have really clean clean borders, that really makes a difference in the flower bed. The same if you had a lawn, make those edges really straight. It makes a difference. Then you can have a bit of weeds maybe, because the look is so different. It really gives a nice view to the eye here, that it's so clean.
And that's good. A lot of people have asked us if this is cement in between here, and it's not. It's just it's just sand.
This is actually just like what you put in a sandbox. You could also use something called steinmehl here. It's like crushed granite or stones, because the sand is very soft. The granite, the crushed granite, gets more compact, just like cement almost. So, but because this is like not a traffic area, not a lot of people. Our son, when he was a kid, he walked a lot on it. But if it's your main path where a lot of traffic, I suggest that you use crushed granite instead of sand, because it gets so loose here. But here it's working really fine, and it lights up the path with this lighter sand, I think. Just coming, if Alan comes over here, I just want to show you how it's doing this year.
So this is the one. If
That
you wanna,
oh, here we go.
if you want to rewind, scroll back and see when Lars was throwing me under the bus for cutting it down.
Mm-hmm.
You see why? Because
Now it's nice.
well, now it's cute, but when it was really big, it was really big.
Yeah.
Yes, but it came.
And
down.
Avi came out and helped to cut it down last year in the spring. But this is also like a pillar. You can really see the orange will do the same. But kind of, I love it. I allow it to go over the path somewhere, because it just really softens up the path, and the whole garden looks more natural. But this one is really like, a lot of people don't like yellow. I think yellow. I love yellow, and it's a good like combination plant to purple and other ones, so it gives a pop of color. So this one definitely has to go. And it's funny when I have neighbors over, and then like some of them like, oh, do you have more yellow? Before they came, they were like, oh, you have yellow. And then I kind of fell in love how they could actually see how it works in the garden. So this one is really, really pretty. And right over here, which is still going over, actually talked about last time. Now it's a bit taller, the stem on the Dagbragstjerne, but it's still like just flowers for weeks on, together with one of our favorite, the Pleated Twitan. It's almost finished, but still flowering. But the foliage is nice, and also the Brunera still keeps on going. And we'll throw a bunch of seeds later on. I like seeds, so he can stay. And then one of our other favorites, Alan really likes this too, is the Bjergknoburt here in a white one. But just look at even before it comes out, how it's like, what do you call it, harlequin pattern, but really like the pattern on the flower buds here are really, really pretty. This one, last autumn we moved, it was further in and we didn't really see it, but just, it's really, really
Yeah, I'm really glad we moved it. And
Yeah.
if you deadhead, this one will keep coming back. And the problem was, it was
way.
in between all that Brunera back there.
Okay.
And it was really hard to get to.
Yeah.
Oh, we do have a lot of tulips for me to take down. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
We're a little behind. Let's blame the rain.
But things are really, like some of the Agalai are really getting tall this year. I think now, because we had some period of rain, it's really, everything is just, I would say exploding. So here you can see the other krybende læbeløs here, the Ajuga in a pink one. You could also get it in whites. But this one I just actually...
well, let me show those runners. I know
the
what you're
runners
about
is
to do.
running all the way. And we have really like long ones. And they, because they run on the ground, so eventually they will start making small roots here. So here, if I actually take one down here, then again I would just remove that last set of set here with that had branches out or leaves, and then all this would go under the ground, and then eventually they create roots. You could also like lay it here, and then it would also create roots here. It's really easy, since it's all this new growth, to get more of this one. Because it was really running out here, and when I had to do the sand, I just trimmed it back a little bit. But it's really nice here next to the Rosenskovsmærke. Is also great for like a border plant. We'll show you later on, but really, really pretty. I think this one, and loves the full sun, will really create a lot of pop of color here. So I really like this Staugeneer here, this geranium here that has these beautiful, that it starts with the foliage, and then, but it has these kind of dark purple, I would say, flowers here that kind of looks a little bit down. It was placed a little bit further away, but closer to the border, but it kind of gets a good height here, so I moved it a little bit in the back. But just really a nice display here. Right behind is our cherry tree. It has really, look at it, just flowered quite a long time, I would say. Now it's kind of starting to finish.
Yeah, the rain has knocked a bunch off, but it was so pretty. And the bees were going crazy at it. Today it got cold again, but yeah, very happy with it. It survived.
Yeah. And over here we actually just want to show you a different kind of bjergknopurt here. That's like, I think the one that everybody knows. But just look at the color here. Wow.
Like from outer space.
That
and we have quite
really
a few. We have one right there. Oh, let me see if I can point. Yeah,
like
there. Have one there that we've staked, because that one gets really big. That's sort of the mother.
You can see here how we stake. So the thing is, we want to be a little bit earlier out with the staking this year, because some of them, also the Salvia cardona, gets really long stems. And then some of them we made like a cross with bamboo sticks, and then we also have these metal ones to kind of, we want to do it early on, because once they start to fall, and after a summer holiday, some of the Salvia had fallen over the path. So this year we want to be head on and have it a little bit earlier before they come up. And also the white spore baldrian also kind of gets really big and falls over the other ones. So we want to be early on this year and do it while they grow up. And it's easy to stake them once they haven't fallen over.
I love how you have to take a huge step to get out of the flower bed. You see? You see how hard it is?
It's because it's so
close, right? Like, please don't step on anything.
And if you come here next to some of the ones that's finished, but the skumblomst here, look at that. It's pretty. And again, the foliage is also like has like a little play in that, I would say. Like, it's really pretty, and it's just so.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, move the petal. Really pretty. I have it so many places. I have it in pots. It lies kind of semi-shady to shady, and it just also smells really nice. So, reminds me of all these tulips we have to move away. We also have the summer anemone coming over here. Almost will have white ones, really cute here. We have it on the border here. Also, it will spread over time. It's really pretty. And look at how nice this one.
Yeah, it's
we
really
pruned
doing
back
well.
the butterfly bush here, and it's all green again. I know maybe some of you were like, oh no, it's like...
Some of you, I was one of those. Because we cut it back to just to the stem.
To the stem, right? And the other one is also doing really
they all
well.
are.
So.
I've checked them because I was worried. Now that I don't trust you, but year after year, I'm like, are you sure, Lars? Maybe this isn't the year to do that. So here, we showed it at the beginning. Here's one with that really dark foliage. And then the Jacob's Ladder. It's really coming. I had to lean over, that was the grunt. Next to some plants that we still have to sell. But we did good at the plant market yesterday. We saw lots of people.
Yeah. Weather was good.
Some new friends even stopped by, so it was a good day. Only rained a little bit.
Look at that, I just want to show, like, even the rhododendron are coming here, almost. It's good. And the 9-bark here, I just really love the foliage here. All dark, and then later on the white flowers, and then the red berries. I think it has so many great stages in its life. And then we kind of pruned it here and then keep it at this kind of height here, but it's really nice. And next to it, look at that Aguilai here. It's pretty, come and see. Not so tall, but just look at that one.
And we never know exactly what we're going to get or where we're going to get them. For example, that one right there next to the 9 bark.
Oh, yeah.
So these guys are great at self-seeding.
Yeah.
And even when, yeah, look at them, so many. And even when we collect seeds sometimes, but I don't think last year we collected any of these.
We
No.
did a few actually.
Did you?
Yeah, I have some in pots. But
But in pots,
Yeah,
but nothing
yeah.
that we've planted out in
No.
the garden.
here actually, maybe also I just want to show you another thing that we saved, kind of a summer flower. It's called Tvillingeblomst. That will have really pretty pink flowers, pink whitish flowers, and cascade down. Saved it in the greenhouse, kept it not really watered. Sometimes you could tip some of the pots so excess water can easily come out. And so our goal this year, last year we just had the path here, but just to give also a nice contrast to the greenhouse and a kind of a nice flow from the garden into the greenhouse, we have created all these pots here. We want to like some summer flowers, some mix of perennials, hydrangea. We have a stilbe, just things coming here. I actually planted that will be very tall. I'll try, but a digitalis here, that could be pretty. And again, some summer flowers in the mix. And this dark foliage here, I'm very excited for this hydrangea to come in flower. Has some buds already. Eclipse, that's super exciting. We will add a bit more things here. Yeah. So the quails are 3 weeks today, and look at how big they are. And they're just cute running around here. So, since we're in the greenhouse, I just wanted to show the cute quails, how they talk. And look at our gladiolus. We planted some out, we added some out in the garden and also some in pots, because then these will flower earlier than the ones out in the ground. And just look at how they are coming along already. It's going to be super exciting, right? Some other things we have in the greenhouse here. I bet the quails will come and want to eat some. But we have the dahlias are doing really pretty here. We have so many. So very soon, as soon as the ground is, I think we can actually go ahead and do it within this week. Add them in the raised flower beds out there. Some will also go in the pots here next to the greenhouse. And it's every year it amazes me how a dahlia it looks like a dried potato, that it will never have a flower, but it will. Later on when it's, maybe I'll show this one here actually, because that's getting tall. Some of them can get really tall and really ratty looking. So you can see here there has the different sets of leaves here. So then if it has like the first set here, so I would remove it so it gets bushier after the second set of leaves. So I would count 1 and then 2 here. Then this piece here, either with a scissor or your fingertips here, I would pinch this off. And then this one would create side shoots and then get even bushier, and you will actually get I would say the double amount of flower. Then later on you could also prune it again, and normally I just do one time. Then this one I don't throw out. You can also add that in a pot and it will also create roots. I think that's amazing, free plants. But then this one, later on we will show you when we plant them out. Very quickly, within I would say 1-2 weeks, it starts having small side shoots here, and then you have more bushier dahlia and even more flowering. So, oh, the quails are talking to each other. But these are really doing well in here.
Several of you have asked, what is this beautiful building in the background? And I'd like to tell you, it used to be a beach hotel, bathing hotel. Isn't that how they say them in Danish? Bell
Yes,
hotel,
that's true.
So it translates like as a bathing hotel, but it'd be like a summer hotel, a beach hotel, because as we've mentioned, the beach is right over there. So this was is still a beautiful building, but it was a beautiful hotel. Now it's 4 or 5 apartments in there. And one day here in the summer, when the sky is cooperating and not threatening to rain, we'll have to take you down to the beach and also show you that beautiful, beautiful building. And while we're giving a little history of the neighborhood, right behind us, so you see that big pine tree and then our dividing wall there, that property used to be a zoo back in the day.
That was so cute.
So, well, we guess it was cute. It's a beautiful piece of property, but I'm on the table.
And they have, yeah, don't go through. And then on all the sides they have walls, and they still have the front door. You can still see where they sold tickets. I think it's very, very cute.
But it was like peacocks. We're guessing it was more.
Not elephants.
Yeah, it was
Like,
more peacocks
Yeah.
and more sort of exotic birds and smaller animals. But how cute is that? So imagine back in its heyday when you had that gorgeous beach hotel and the zoo, and then I'm not sure who lived here, but there were cobblestones all buried back here. So,
Yeah.
oh, we know cows lived next door. We know that because they found animal hides back in the 90s when our neighbor moved in.
And they had soldiers living in a small brick house back there, and yeah.
Yeah, actually, I can show you. And this building here housed soldiers. And we used to have one here on our property too, we've been told.
Yeah.
So crazy, crazy days. Okay, back to the garden.
Okay, so I put Alan to work doing the tulips.
In case you didn't think I actually worked, wanted to document the fact that I do help out here.
You
right, Lars?
do.
Thank you. Even though I cut things down that shouldn't be cut down. I have specific instructions, we'll be fine today. But things are going really, really quickly here. Like we mentioned, we just wanted to make sure that we document and share them with you before things, wow, what's here today may not be here next week because everything is coming in so quickly. But anyway, thank you for hanging out with us this weekend. Let us know in the comments what's going on in your garden. And again, thank you so much for watching.
Yes, thank you so much. Moin!